Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Lorraine McGlynn. I am a clinical psychologist and certified holotropic breathwork facilitator. I'm making this video today to invite you to our holotropic breathwork and shamanism workshop, which will be held December 1st to the 4th at Menla Mountain House and Dewa Spa in Phoenicia, New York, which is in the Catskill Mountains. For those of you who are not familiar with holotropic breathwork, it is a breathwork practice where you breathe deeper and faster to a particular set of music for about 2.5 to 3 hours. And the premise of this work is that you are connecting to your inner healer or your inner healing intelligence, which guides the sessions, and for each person it will bring up a particular set of experiences. So there's a pretty wide range of experiences that you can have in a holotropic breathwork session. Some of the themes that we see are biographical, which is everything from birth to present day. Archetypal images or experiences can come up. Transpersonal, which is connecting to the expanded transpersonal consciousness or collective consciousness. Perinatal information can come up, which is everything from conception through gestation through your physical birth. Physical things can come up in the body. Sense images moving through the body, emotions, sometimes past trauma. So really the continuum of experiences that you can have is pretty wide to include just about anything. But what I like most about this work is, for me particularly with my workshops, is the most essential thing for me is to create a space where there's safety and support for the breathers so they can do the work and feel comfortable going into those experiences that come up in their sessions. So this work is really nuanced in that way, and that each session and each particular breather can have a different experience when they're on the mat. For this particular workshop, since it is shamanism as the theme, I'm going to be guiding the group in a shamanic journey. We are going to be doing nature spirit mask making, which will be pretty cool. We're also going to be doing an evening fire shamanic ritual. We're going to be doing, as we do in all our workshops, having sharing circles, talking about integration, doing mandala drawing. So just briefly to talk about how the workshop is structured. So you arrive on Sunday evening and we start with dinner at 6. And then I would do a introductory talk on the theory and practice of holotropic breathwork from about 7:30 till around 9:30. We pair up and you pick your dyad partner because this work is done in dyads with a breather and a sitter. And then the following morning, Monday morning, we have our first holotropic breathwork session, a meal, and then in the afternoon we have our second session. It's pretty much the same schedule on Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, we usually have a fire ceremony or something. And then Wednesday morning, I do a talk on integration. We have a closing circle. And sometimes we do mask making at the closing circle. Sometimes we create art altars in nature. It all depends on where the group is at that point, the energy level. Sorry, I thought I saw a bee behind me. The energy level, sorry. And the time, how much time we have left at the end of the day on Wednesday. So I want to invite you to come to the workshop. This particular workshop site is one of the most favorite ones that people go to. There's a lot of amenities there. There is a full service spa, so you can book healing arts services if you want to. And typically we'll have 3 facilitators and an apprentice at the workshop, so there's a pretty nice ratio of breathers to facilitators. So again, to end the video today, just to give you a sense of what actually happens when you're getting ready for your holotropic breathwork sessions, in case you haven't had one before or are not familiar with this work. So the way we set up the room is we have the mats and backjacks set up. So there's one space for a breather and a sitter. Usually some tissues are there and a bag if you need it. We start with a brief relaxation or body scan for about 15 minutes, which is a guided scan by one of the facilitators. After that, the music would start, and there's usually 3 hours of music that has a certain trajectory to it. So the first hour is usually drumming, activating music to kind of support you and get you into the session. The second hour is more coming out music or breakthrough music. And then the third hour is more quieter, sort of supportive music to bring the session to resolution. However, each person's experience is different, and even if the music is quiet, you could still be having a really big experience. So we are there to support you for whatever your experience is. After your session is over, one of us would come over, one of the facilitators would come over and check you out. We do ask everyone that's breathing to stay on the mat until they're checked out by a facilitator to make sure that their session is complete for that day. Once you're checked out by a facilitator, then you can go over and you're invited to draw a mandala or do a soul collage as sort of a visual representation to continue the integration process. There are just a few guidelines for this work. We ask everyone to keep all the experiences and whatever's talked about in the workshops confidential. The other one is to not hurt yourself, the facilitators, or the facility. No use of non-prescription drugs or alcohol, and no acting out sexually. So if you're connecting to your own sexuality, we just ask you to kind of work with that on the mat or work with one of the facilitators and not to project that out so that everybody feels safe at the workshop. So I think that's a good summary. There's a lot more that's involved in holotropic breathwork. It's kind of a very comprehensive paradigm. I do have other talks that are much more extensive that go into a lot of other things related to holotropic breathworks, like the basic perinatal matrices, and a lot of history on Stan Groff and Tab Sparks, Tab Sparks was the director of Groff Transpersonal Training. He has since passed away, but Stan Groff and Tab Sparks were my primary teachers when I was going through the training. I have been in this work since about 2008, so for maybe 15 years now I've been doing this work, and then I've been offering these experiential workshops in a group setting residentially for about the past 10 years. And the reason I do offer them in a group setting is I have seen over the years that the holding power and the support of the group setting adds a nice component to the experience for people, and they seem to really like doing this work in a group setting. And I do multi-day workshops. Also, my reasoning behind that is because sometimes people really drop into this work and have a really deep experience, and they do need time to integrate and get support over a couple of days. So if they have that space in between and during their sessions, they have an opportunity to stay with the material, continue to do the work over a number of days. And that seems to really be the preference for most of the people that come to do our workshops. So I am kindly inviting you to come to our December 1st to the 4th workshop. I'll be working with John Stockberger and Jeffrey Warren, who are wonderful friends of mine who I've known for a very long time and feel very safe and supported by, and I know that they do a wonderful job supporting the group also. Jeffrey will be leading a sound bath, which is a wonderful integrative experience. That's done on Monday night. So I have a lot of really interesting things planned for the workshop. I often have moved towards offering themes instead of just pure holotropic breathwork, because these topic-based workshops seem to add a whole nother component into the holotropic experience and tend to be more supportive, and it gives people an opportunity to learn about other topics that are similar or are related to holotropic breathwork. So if you are interested in registering for the workshop December 1st to the 4th, I will be posting this video both on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you just go to YouTube, my YouTube channel, which is my name, Lorraine McGlynn, or you go and email me at drmcglynn6@gmail.com, which is drmcglynn6@gmail.com. I'd be happy to provide you with any information that you need. For the first month that registration is open, which it will open next week, which is October 27th, and once registration opens for the December workshop, there is a 20% discount on housing, which saves you between $150 and $300 depending on the room type that you select. And there also is an early registration discount of $75 off the registration cost. So again, hope to see you on the mat, hope to see you at the workshops, and if I don't, you take good care and happy healing.